So, yeah, if you are a fan of women's college ball, this is the bombshell. And this is a player that has all the potential in the world to change what happens in the 2026 college season. Because Tania Latson, the leading scorer of in college ball, has entered the transfer portal. She has entered the transfer portal. The possible number 1 overall pick in the 2026 WNBA draft has entered the transfer portal. And with that, there are a lot of things people are kind of looking at. There are some people talking about her potentially going to South Carolina to play with Raven Johnson. And if that's the case, Malaysia Fulwiley, get as far away from South Carolina as possible. Literally. I don't know anything about American geography, but go as far away geographically as you possibly can. And I mean that. Go as far away as you possibly can if you are Malaysia Fulwiley from South Carolina, if Tania Latson comes. Y'all already recruiting. If Tania Latson goes to South Carolina, then you may as well, she may as well say, I'm going to be a second round pick next year. Because she's going to go to South Carolina and she's playing 20 minutes a game at South Carolina. She might win a national title, but if she goes somewhere where she can hoop, and the fact is she's a clutch poor client. She is a clutch client. I would be absolutely shocked, and I mean this, I would be absolutely shocked when it comes to Tania Latson if she does not go west, but she might also be there for the money. Like Aaliyah Chavez was the $1 million recruit. She might be the $1 million transfer because there's not going to be a better transfer player than her this year. And if you are Juju's probably not going to play next year, and if she does, she's going to be severely at 50%. She's going to be at 50%. Does she go and take Juju's spot? Is that something that genuinely, is that something that that she would be considering? 3-time All-ACC first team, led the nation in scoring, and that's in her 4 years. Come to Louisville. Why would she go to Louisville? If she goes to South Carolina, that would be absolutely crazy. Imagine being leading scoring of 0 media attention because of the school you go to. We had players who are average 2 points per game and more media coverage than the nation's leading scorer herself. I mean, to be fair, Raven Johnson for 3 points per game is one of those things. We got 3 points per game, Raven Johnson, that people are genuinely hyping up like she's this absolute superstar first round pick and all. Raven Johnson's probably going to go back to college because she's a third rounder. Until she gets some offense. Not even good offense. As good because Raven Johnson's lockdown. She needs some offense. And again, Tania Latson, if I actually understand this one, because Tania Latson should have been a finalist for Naismith Player of the Year. I'm sorry to say this, but at an individual level, Tania Latson was better than Paige Beckers last year. She was. A little bit inconsistent towards the end of the year, but she played for Florida State. She won some huge games. She beat North Carolina with a buzzer beater. They beat Notre Dame, and she basically took over herself at the end of that game. Just because she went to Florida State, she had 25 in the first half against LSU in the tournament. She is the real deal. Whatever team ends up getting Tania Latson is going to absolutely they're going to be good. They're going to be really, really good. And we're going to see a Tania Latson. I still think we're not going to see a Tania Latson go to South Carolina. That would be the dumbest thing that anyone could do. Not anyone, but a player like a Tania Latson could do. That would be the literal dumbest decision she could make because of her playstyle. Nothing to do with anything else, purely to do with how she plays the sport of basketball. And with that being said, obviously you've got Latson, and if she goes to USC, USC are going to be good. And to be fair, maybe if you're clutch, you don't want to send her to USC and take that, West Coast, like hype, because if you don't realize, if Tania Latson goes and leads the nation in scoring and USC are good again next year, then suddenly if you're clutch, the argument is, is she better than Juju? And no. I'll be honest, no. Juju, I think Latson is a better offensive player right now, but by like this much. But Juju Watkins is like all defensive caliber. So I will say when it comes to Latson, that would be one of the things. But a lot of people are saying USC. Again, I'm trying to think where I would want Tania Latson to go. What teams play good offense? I wouldn't mind a Duke. If she went to somewhere like Duke, like, again, as far as I'm aware, Ohio State don't really pay a crazy amount to women's basketball, I'd say. I wonder what schools do pay the highest amount. I don't know her fit beside Flaujae if she goes to LSU and play with Mulkey. Who would there be? Like, what team could she go to that's like real competitive? Because NC State are losing quite a few players. I'm just trying to think of coming into next year. I don't really know much about the fresh class. I like what Duke could have. Just if you put an explosive guard on Duke. But at the same time, I mean, Oklahoma would have been a really good place to go if Chavez wasn't there. And yeah, it's an interesting one. Again, just purely based on recognition and eyes, Iowa would be good. But again, I don't know how she fits beside Addie Deal unless you're going to bring Addie Deal off the bench, which isn't probably going to work when Addie Deal is your first 5-star since Caitlin Clark. So yeah, let me know where you guys think Tania Latson is going to go. But the fact that the leading player in all of college basketball leading scorer in all college basketball has entered the transfer portal is absolutely crazy. Like, she's entered the portal at probably the perfect time because, let's be real, there's probably no time where Tania Latson is more relevant than she is right now. So anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I think she's going to do well wherever she goes. And yeah, I'm not really too much of a fan of any team. So wherever she can go and hoop because she's a really fun player to watch, that's all I want. So yeah, see you guys.